I wanted to wait and hear it until Mr. Steve Sarkisian himself came out and said it. And guess what? Steve Sarkisian, he came out and told the truth, and here's what he had to say. We got a good one for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We now have a new and massive update on Quinn Ewers, aka the quarterback for Texas. I've been waiting days for this. The current status of Ewers' injury has finally been announced by Steve Sarkisian, and it was different than what everybody thought it was going to be. And I'm not going to lie to you, when I heard Sarkisian say what he had to say about the injury, it straight up shocked me. You're going to want to stay tuned for that, but also, whoa. If you're not a Texas fan, don't click off this video just yet, because we're going to talk about the AP poll. The new AP poll has finally been announced and released, and everybody's been clamoring and talking about it. I kind of feel bad because it's Tuesday and I myself have yet to even see it. The only thing I know right now is that Alabama dropped a 2 and Georgia's 1. Besides that, I have no idea what to expect, so you're going to get my raw reaction. To go along with that, we're going to check out some of the stuff that people are saying about the AP poll, and people are pissed off. If you've been watching and keeping up with college football your entire life, just like myself, you know everybody's going to have something to say. Nobody's going to like the rankings. It doesn't matter if we're talking about the BCS era, the AP poll, or the College Football Playoff Committee poll, everybody's going to hate something about it. And yeah, I think it's safe to say people are pretty mad about this week's rankings. I'm sorry I'm laughing. I guess we'll find out why they're mad in just a second. No intro, none of that. It's simple. If you like college football content, go down there, hit that subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, I want to let you know I greatly appreciate it. It means so much. I don't want to be sappy or corny, but the support we've been getting on the channel, it's so awesome. And I absolutely love the college football community we're building. All right, Matt, shut the crap up. Nobody cares. Blah, 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 blah. And now without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before we talk about good old Quinn Ewers, let's take a look at these rankings. I'm actually pretty curious because like I stated, I haven't even looked at them. And I know what you're sitting there saying, yo, Matt, you're supposed to be keeping up with this. Why haven't you looked at the rankings? And it's simple, because I don't care. You know why I don't care, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Because the AP poll, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the college football playoff rankings, and those don't come out until week 8. I got it pulled up right here. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Okay, like I already knew, Georgia went up to 1. 53 first place votes, and Alabama dropped to 2 with only 9. I see Ohio State does have 1 first place vote. You got Michigan at 4, Clemson at 5. Okay, here we go. We got Oklahoma at 6. Oh, okay. USC sneaking on up there, number 7. I tweeted this out. USC is my sleeper to make the playoff. No, I don't think they're one of the best 4 teams in the country, but here's what you got to take into account. They play in the sorry Pac-12, and I don't know a team right now that can beat them in the Pac-12. USC is a team to keep your eye on. I'm not saying they're going to win the championship or anything like that, but they're going to be a team that not many people are going to talk about, and they're just going to continue to rise up the rankings. Behind them, we got Oklahoma State at 8. Not too much to say there. Expected. Kentucky, okay. Jumped all the way up from 20 to number 9. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Like I said, take these rankings with a grain of salt. They don't mean too much. The only reason they're out right now is just so we have something to look at. And I guess also the reason they're out right now is so we can have something to argue about. At number 10, this is one of the scariest teams in the country, and I've been thinking about making a video dedicated to Arkansas. Let me know in the comment section. Do y'all want to see an Arkansas video? I just feel like many people don't. If you do, let me know. I'm going to try to keep it short and simple. Arkansas is a very, and I mean a very scary football team for one reason, actually 2 reasons. Number 1, their quarterback plays like Cam Newton. I'm not saying he's Cam Newton, but he reminds me of Cam Newton. And number 2, they are building a special culture over there. They're building something at Arkansas. Watch out for them. At number 11, you got sorry Michigan State. They're overrated. If they was in the SEC, they'd go 8-4 every single year. Behind them, we got BYU. I don't have a problem with BYU going up to 12. We saw they beat Baylor in that game that lasted until 2 a.m. Thanks a lot, Baylor and BYU. I stayed up from 6 a.m. on Saturday to 2 a.m. the next day on Sunday. Not too much to say here. Got Miami at 13, 14 Utah, and 15. Another scary team. Don't sleep on them, Tennessee. Tennessee and Arkansas, they're in the same boat and have the same remedy going on. Look at both programs. They hired 2 head coaches that nobody was really a fan of, and they're already surpassing expectations. The thing that makes Tennessee good right now, and I wouldn't have a problem if they were ranked inside the top 10, that's how good I think they are, is we know they have a great offense. They're going to score over 40 points a game, but the defense has improved so much this year. That was the problem last year. Defense, it was shaky at times. The offense, no, it was one of the best in the country. They have the same quarterback from last year, Hendon Hooker. He's my Heisman sleeper. Defense got better. Watch out for them as well. And this is why I'm not too big of a fan of having Kentucky at number 9. I get get it, they beat Florida, but come on now, Florida almost lost to Utah. If they don't beat that Utah team, right now they're 0-2. And if you had to ask me, I would pick Arkansas and Tennessee, both of them to beat Kentucky right now, and they're ranked behind them. It is what it is. Moving on down here, Baylor dropped to 17, and here we go, the controversial one, Florida at 18. Well, actually, hold on, we'll talk about that in just a second, because I got to read off a comment. At number 21, here we go, we got good old Texas. I don't think anybody's going to be too mad or argue about this. You almost beat and should have beat Alabama, so yeah, you're going to rise up in the rankings, even though you lost. That right there alone should tell you how many people respect Alabama. You can lose to them on your home field and still be brought up in the rankings. Last but not least, though, and I would say this is the most controversial one out of them all, you got good old Texas A&M at number 24. I don't understand that. Take them out of the rankings. You weren't even impressive in your first game, and then your second game you lose to Appalachian State on your home field to an unranked Appalachian State team. No, get them out of the rankings. Here's why it doesn't make sense to me, and I want to calm down because I do want to get serious and read some of these comments that I need to read for this video. If Appalachian State is 1-1 and they lost to North Carolina, and A&M is 1-1, shouldn't the tiebreaker go to Appalachian State? Am I wrong on that? That's why it doesn't make sense to me. You're being hypocritical. Why is A&M ranked 24th? They're 1-1. Appalachian State isn't ranked, and they're 1-1, yet they have the head-to-head. Can somebody riddle me that? Please, riddle that to me in the comment section. All right, like I said, let me calm down because I do want to read this comment that I saw on last night's video. Major shout out to my man Clay. If you have any questions or there's any video recommendations, I don't know if y'all just think I don't care or I don't read them, but about 90% of the videos I make, they're recommendations. I am a fan of the people. Most of the content I make is stuff that you guys want to see. You have questions or you want me to make a video, I'm a fan of the people and I'm going to bring it to you. That's how I am. Anyways, let me read off this comment. Clay said, please talk about how unranked Florida barely survived Utah in the Swamp and jumped all the way up to number 12. Then got beat pretty easily by Kentucky and only fell to 18, and that's correct. They pretty much wasn't even in that game. Moving along, so now 1-1 Florida is magically ranked 18th when CBS and AP polls had them at 70th in August. Now tell me there is no East Coast SEC bias. Please go for it. Love to hear you explain it to us. First things first, thank you for the comment. Second thing, that is one of the smartest comments I've ever read. This isn't a simple answer, so I do want to dumb it down the best I can. Is SEC bias a real thing? Yes, but you gotta understand why there is bias. What's the best conference in the entire world? The SEC. Whether you hate the SEC, kinda hate it, like it, or really like it, everyone can agree the SEC is the best. Look at the past 15-20 years. Who wins the most championships? The SEC. So obviously, if you are the best conference according to facts, that's not my opinion, that's facts, you're gonna earn some of that bias. That's not just college football, ladies and gentlemen. That's how every sport works. Look at college basketball. That one year a couple years ago, Kentucky got a losing record, and going into the next season, they was ranked in the AP poll. They didn't even play a game, yet they were already ranked. Why was Kentucky ranked? Because of what they've done in the past and how much respect they've already earned. And yes, it's biased, but they've earned it. And you see what I'm trying to say. You can like it, you can hate it, don't care, but the SEC has earned the right to get that bias. Me personally, this Florida being at 18, I think that has nothing to do with the SEC bias. Here's what I think really happened. Florida, they were unranked and beat a team that was ranked inside the top 10, so duh, they got boosted up in the rankings. They beat the 7th ranked team in the country, so no, I didn't have a problem with them raising up all the way to number 12. We all know the first week of the AP poll rankings is just something to look at. We'd be having a completely different conversation if this was week 10 or week 11 and Florida went from unranked to number 12. Yeah, that's a different conversation, man. But come on, them rising up to number 12 after 1 week, not a big deal. The following week, they lose to Kentucky on their home field and lost convincingly, but still, you gotta remember, Kentucky, they're a ranked team. Florida, at this current moment in time, are 1-1, and both of those games are against ranked teams, so that's pretty good. Most teams in the NCAA right now would take going 1-1 against ranked teams. Call me crazy, but I don't have a problem with Florida being ranked 18. Now, if they would have lost and stayed at number 12, or only dropped 1 or 2 spots, yeah, I'd have a problem with that. But dropping to 18, I don't see nothing wrong with it. You gotta remember, they still beat Utah, which was a good team and ranked inside the top 10 at the time. Thank you for the question. Once again, though, it's the AP poll, and I don't care about it, and I don't think any of you should either. The AP poll literally doesn't matter. Whenever the college football playoff poll comes out, nobody's even going to talk about the AP poll. Who cares? Here's one more comment I'm going to address, and then we're moving on to the Quinn Ewers injury. I don't know who this person is, but they tweeted out, Oregon lost to the number 2 team in the nation and dropped out of the top 25. ... So, it should be fair to expect Texas A&M to no longer be ranked after this weekend's performance, right? Then after that tweet, he followed it up with this one. Texas A&M is number 24 after losing to a one-loss Appalachian State team at home? The bias is real and confirmed. This is an embarrassment to the validity of the College Football Playoff Committee. Ridiculous how blatant the one-sided favoritism for the SEC is. Y'all see their agenda, it's all for one. Well, first things first, you moron and idiot. This has nothing to do with the College Football Playoff Committee. Nothing. I don't even know who this person is, but somehow they're verified. That verification checkmark should be removed after that ignorant tweet. And I'm going to blur out the name of whoever this is because you deserve no free clout. No free clout over here, my man. I just want to read that to you guys because you got people out here tweeting and mad about stuff you don't even know what you're talking about. If you want to be mad about A&M being ranked 24th, at least understand that has nothing to do with the College Football Playoff Committee. That'd be the equivalent to me getting mad about politics. For some of y'all's information, if you are curious, I don't care about politics. So if I don't care about politics and I know nothing about it, I have no right to get mad about something. So whoever this person is, and there's many other people like this, if you don't know what you're talking about, you have no right to get mad over it. So shut up. Anyways, getting back on topic with A&M, I agree. They shouldn't be ranked 24th. I don't necessarily see how that's quote-unquote SEC bias, but it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not arguing about this AP poll stuff. Doesn't matter. I don't give a flying flamingo if Texas A&M is ranked 24th in the AP poll in week 2. Doesn't matter. That program right now with that big old clown running it, Jimbo Fisher, it's an absolute joke, but that's a different video for a different day. Moving on to the main encore, the main topic, the main reason clicked onto the video. We gotta talk about old Quinn. I do apologize. I spent way more time talking about the AP poll than I wanted to, but sometimes it happens. I had some people sending me this on Sunday and even Monday morning where apparently there was all these news sources coming out and trying to say that Quinn Ewers was out for 4 to 6 weeks. And one of those sources, believe it or not, was a verified source. CBS Sports was saying that. I could have made a video then and said, oh yeah, according to the sources, he's going to be out for 2 or 3 months, but I knew that wasn't going to be the truth. I wanted to wait and hear it until Mr. Steve Sarkisian himself came out and said it. Because I knew all these quote-unquote sources, they didn't know anything about it. And guess what? Steve Sarkisian, he came out and told the truth, and here's what he had to say. We've got some injuries that are kind of looming, and we don't know the current status for Saturday's game against UTSA. Whether it's Quinn, whether it's Deshaun Jameson, whether it's Hudson Card, or whether it's Bijan, quite frankly, all those guys are day-to-day. There it is, you see right there, and the one that everybody wants to know about. Respect to the other guys, but everybody wants to know about Quinn. He's day-to-day, technically, according to Sarkisian. That blows my mind, and I find it hard to believe. I think at least he's going to be out for 2 or 3 weeks. Anytime you see a guy go straight to the locker room and take off his clothes, you know it's not something minor. He also added this, and you're going to want to hear it because it's very vital to our situation. Quote unquote, I know you guys are going to want an exact timetable and are going to ask specifically, and I'm going to tell you now, they're day-to-day. I really don't know. We're going to have to monitor them every morning to see where they're at. The beauty of it for all 4 of these guys is it's nothing structural. It's non-surgery driven, it's not broken, it's not ligament damage. We just got to monitor them day-to-day, and we'll see who we can get back and when we can get them back. I mean, if you're a Texas fan and you want to look at this like your glass is half full, I guess you could say that's good news. The bright side is, oh yeah, you don't have to have surgery, but I know guys that have had sprained ankles where they're out for 6 to 8 weeks without surgery. You never know what's going to happen. I hope Ewers comes back because that man, he was exciting to watch even though he was lighting up my home team. You should be okay this week against UTSA, but you better hope old Quinn comes back soon because you got Texas Tech, West Virginia, not the best teams, but right after that, you got Oklahoma, Iowa State, and not Texas, my fault. You got Oklahoma State. I don't think Texas has the toughest schedule in the world, but some of these games coming up, they are most definitely going to be battles, and you want your best players ready to battle. So, yeah, you're going to want Quinn Ewers to come back. Like always, I'm wishing him a speedy recovery. I am very curious. Well, let me know your thoughts down below, but right away,